If you're based in the UK, then you'll find that getting hold of Kydex is quite difficult. Well, it's not difficult, you're just limited to what kind of Kydex you can get colours wise. I've used a company called Wooden Knife Supplies. They're based in Hampshire. They were very helpful actually. Because I've never done it before, I explained what I was doing, and I even told them about my YouTube channel, and they've actually been on there and watched some of the videos and said they quite enjoyed watching them, so that was a nice little touch from them, to actually take an interest in what you're doing rather than just being a faceless supplier. Being on a budget, I've gone for the cheapest rivet setter there is possible. You've literally got the little anvil there, and you've got like a little rivet punch which goes in the top and tap. Now I've not had fantastic reports about these, but I'm going to give it a try, see how it goes, and maybe once I get into it a bit more I can progress to the more expensive setting tools, because you can spend quite a bit, especially on the hand presses. They're quite expensive. So, but for now I'm just going to have a go with that, and we'll see how we go. So like I say, the company I was using was Wooden Knife Supplies. They're based in Hampshire. They've got a great website for all knife making materials and sheath making, which includes all your Kydex, your rivets, some Chicago bolts, the rivet setters, and different, well, you've got the Kydex in the black or the orange. So hopefully they'll bring some more colours online as we go. We'll have to wait and see. Right, okay then, well now we know what we're using. These are the rivets, or eyelets, the quarter inch eyelets, and I'm going to give that a go now. Okay, I've moved down onto the workmate. What I think I will do is I will secure these bits of wood. Like that. You're not going to be able to see that if I put that there. I'll leave that there. Right, and here we go. Don't know if this hammer's going to be big enough. It's working. It's not rolling it over, but you've got to really move. You've got to move the setter round so it's totally vertical. Otherwise it's rolling quite good now. But you've just got to take your time to make sure it's even all the way around. It's looking quite good actually. Still a bit to go yet. Again, if you were using the hand press, this would be so much easier. That's not too bad actually. Quite pleased with that. That's not bad at all. focusing. I'll do a close-up in a minute, but that's worked quite well. If you just take your time and watch it rolling in evenly all the way around, yeah, that's quite good. Right, I'm going to do the other ones now. Right, I've got all the rivets in now. The tools work quite well. I might just have to finish them off a little bit. But what I have found now that I've got the two top ones in is, because of the way I've moulded that around the handle, it's pushing on the handle, so it may need to be heated up and just formed slightly. But I am going to cut away, so that might change the way that it goes in. I don't have a bandsaw, so I'm going to have to use a hacksaw and hope for the best. So I'm going to give that a cut round now, try and get the shape, and we'll see how we go from there. Like I say, I've not got a bandsaw, so this isn't the ideal way to do things, but it's all I've got. I've marked the line where I want the sheath to be, so I'm just going to go outside that for now, and we'll see how this cuts. It's cutting okay. It's going to be a slow process. Right, that wasn't too bad. I'll carry on and do the rest, and I'll come back to you. Right, there's the very crude cutting out of the sheath with the hacksaw. All very rough. But I just need to sand that up now using a file and some sandpaper. One mistake I have made is I did intend to incorporate the belt loop on these and then rivet, but in my haste to get it finished, I riveted it first. So now I'm going to have to get myself some Chicago bolts to attach the belt loop to the sheath. But that's not a bad thing, because I can potentially move it around then to different places. Right, I'm not so sure this meets with health and safety, but I've got to give it a go. Okay, well, here it is, the final sheath. And I have to say, I'm quite pleased with it. I've got the shape to how I wanted. I've got it'll be a right-handed, I'll be holding, putting it on the right-hand side of me belt. So I wanted to incorporate this thumb push here, which I've seen on some sheaths on YouTube, and I thought it was a good idea. And rather than pulling the sheath away, which isn't always a good idea, good practice, you literally just hold the handle, put your thumb on the push, and it just comes loose like that, and it comes out. I have had to reheat round here and just ease that out a little bit, because it was just biting a bit, it was just binding. And what I've also done is I've also shaped this part and this part so that when the knife goes in, and the knife goes in the right way, if you watch, it's pushing open here, it's opening up, and then click, it's in. Same on this side, as it pushes in, it opens out, and then clicks in and snaps round. So I've just got the tension right there, but at first I couldn't even get the knife in, but just shaping this and shaping that side and just heating that up slightly and just moving it out a little bit, and now I'm really pleased with it's a nice fit, it's a nice snap, and it's not coming out, it's nice and secure. And again, I just can't stop doing this, can't stop playing around with that. That's just perfect, and it's not rubbing on the handles at all. It's just good. It just clicks in lovely. What I've also done is I've also put a drain hole on the back of the knife, so when it's on my belt you won't even be able to see the drain hole. That's not for, well, it is for draining water out, but it's not for when it's raining and the water drains out. It's literally, because you're always going to get moisture inside there no matter what, so this needs to be kept well oiled. That is literally for squirting water down there to clean out any muck, and the water will just squirt out the bottom. I've left the end of the sheath like that, so I can run some paracord through, either as a leg strap or I can use it as a neck knife. So I've incorporated that as well. The beauty of having the fold over sheath, where it folds over that way, you get this, so I like that idea. I've not fitted a belt loop yet, due to the fact that I put these two eyelets in before. I was just in a hurry, too excited to get it finished. I was going to put an actual belt loop on here and then rivet the two together, but I forgot. But I can get Chicago bolts, and I can fit I can take my time doing the belt loop, and I can fit that there. Now you can see there the rivet. This is the good side. That's the good side rivets, and that's where I've actually punched them over. You can see that they're not brilliant, but they're alright. They're not so bad at all, considering it was using that cheap rivet setter, just using a hammer. I'm quite pleased. And like I said earlier, I've not got any of the proper tools. I haven't got a pillar drill, I've not got a bandsaw or a belt sander, anything like that. I've just done this using hand tools basically. You saw me using the sander, which I just held in the Black & Decker Workmate, and that seemed to work quite well actually. I managed to, I thought it would have shook the bench to bits, but it didn't. It held okay, and I managed to shape these bits and shape round there. I had to use a file a bit, but generally I just used the sand, and that worked quite well. It's put quite a nice finish on the edge. You can see there, you can't even see the join there. There you can, Well, if I get this on a proper belt sander and a polisher, I'll probably be able to, because as you heat it up, these like weld together, so it just seals it. So it's not perfect, there's a bit of finishing off to do, but the idea of making this sheath was for two reasons. One, so that me Jacklore was nice and safe, because it's razor sharp, and the other reason was just to have a go at making a Kydex sheath, and I'm really happy with the result. Well, like I say, it's not perfect, but I'm really happy with it, and I can go on to have a go at making more elaborate sheaths now, or sheaths for other knives. The total cost of my bits for making this were £22.83. That's delivered, but that included the rivet setter, which was £10.95. So if you take that out of the equation, you know, it's only cost me, you know, just over £10 to make, and I've still got Kydex left over to make another sheath. I only bought 6 rivets because I was just 6 eyelets because I was just trying it out, but now I can go and get a lot more bits. So that was quite reasonable, and that was from Woodland Knife Supplies. Wood and Knife Supplies, based in Hampshire. I'll put a link up for their website. Like I say, they were very helpful. They've got all the bits you need to get started, and once you get into it a bit more, they've got slightly more elaborate tools and rivet presses, so definitely worth having a look. So there you go, that's my first ever Kydex sheath attempt, and this is difficult for me to say, but my name's Bushcraft and I'm addicted to Kydex. There, I've said it. It's great, I love it, it's really good to work with. You make a mistake, you just reheat it, and you just start again, and I'm very pleased with the end result. So let me know what you think, comment, subscribe, and if you've got any advice on where I can change things, please let me know, because I'm always learning and I'm always keen to learn. So I hope you enjoyed that, and oh, by the way, the press worked well. I was happy with the press. If I had to change the foam, I played around with the foam a bit, but I finally got a combination that worked quite well, and as you can see, it's moulded quite good. So for a DIY press, I was very happy with it. So that was good as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next video.